Let's try to use conditional loops on the practice. Let's start from the handlers. Let's create handlers with the name restart Apache, and we are going to use become because you need sudo permission to restart service, and we are going to use service module because this module allows you to restart any system services, and we need state restarted. And of course, we need to add listen, so we can specify this listen in target task to execute this handler. In previous version of Ansible, there were no listen options, so you need to always use name. But in the latest, you should use the listen. So handlers is ready. Let's create the task. Task is going to create folder, and after folder was created, it's going to execute the handler. Let's use tmp directory and use dir1 name, and we need to notify our restart Apache handler, and let's execute. We are going to use that same inventory what we used before, and playbook with name play YAML, and let's see the result. Folder will be created, so Ansible is going to return status changed. Oh, we forgot to add state, and this is the example of Ansible error. You can see that file tmpdir is absent, cannot continue, state absent. So that means this folder is absent, and by default Ansible is not trying to create this folder, so we need to specify what to do directly here. And let's execute this task one more time. So now create config is going to return yellow result. That means result was changed, as you can see, and it execute the handler. Each time when handler is executed, it executed at the end of the playbook. So for example, if we are going to copy this task one more time, let's rename dir2, so this dir will be created, and let's remove notify from the second task, so only the first task is going to call for a handler, and let's execute and let's see what happens when handler will be executed. So folder is created, second folder is created, as you can see, but handler executed only at the end of the playbook execution. And let's try to execute this playbook one more time to see how handler is working if the nothing is changed. Status is okay, that means nothing was changed and handler wasn't executed here. Let's add some additional task. Let's try to call with loops. Let's name this task with loops. We are going to use one more time the same module, and I'm going to create files in my current directory so I can demonstrate you. And here I'm using the special Ansible variable called item. That means this is the item from the Ansible loop, and we need to add state here as touch, and of course we need to add loops here. Let's name it test file 1, test file 2, and test file 3, and let's execute. Previous step is going to be skipped because we haven't changed nothing, and nothing should change. That means idempotency. And you can see these loops was executed 3 times for each file, like file 1, file 2, file 3, and we can check the current directory that here test file 1, test file 2, and test file 3 exist. And let's add one more task to check how the condition work. Let's create two different tasks with two different conditions. Let's create a condition Ubuntu. I'm using the Ubuntu system, so Ansible can detect which system are we using, and depends on the system, it can like perform different tasks. So I'm also going to use current directory, and I'm going to create file with name Ubuntu here. And I'm going to add one condition, and Ansible has, after gathering facts, Ansible has built-in variable called Ansible OS family. And we are going to check if this is the Debian family. And let's copy this task, rename it condition Red Hat. I'm going to create file with the name Red Hat, and here I'm going to change to the Red Hat, and let's execute. Like all previous tasks will result nothing changed, but the last two one which will show you a different result. And as you can see here, condition Ubuntu status was changed. That means folder file was created, and condition Red Hat was skipped because this is a not Red Hat system. And you can check here in the file system, there is the Ubuntu file is exist, but no Red Hat file here.